start at Acadiana High?
I came to Acadiana in the fall of 1981.
Well, what was your when you first came to Acadiana? How did you see the athletics department here?
Well, you know, it was always a solid athletic department. Coach Dotson was here. Uh, he was established a really good program here. Had some really good football coaches here. I was all I did was coach football at the time, and then I moved into help with baseball and football and freshman basketball. At the time, we coached 3 sports, and if you were not a head coach and busy time, you know, you were busy. And then I moved into head track in the I think it was 90 or 91, and I coached track and football up until 2004.
When you took over the football department, did you have big shoes to fill?
Yeah, they've been, you know, we'd had success here. You know, we had been consistent. We'd never gone to the championship, but we had always been competitive, and there was consistency that we had here that, you know, I think leads to championships at some point. If you stay consistent and then you get those special guys in there now and then you have a chance to play for championships.
Yes, sir. And being a part of Acadiana High so long, any fond memories of the sports program or the school itself that you have?
Oh, there's a tremendous number of memories that you know, numerous that you go back. There's some fun times, a lot of rough times. As you look back, were fun times. You know, you can laugh about some of them. At the time, they didn't seem to be funny, but you know, when you look back on your career, you see these things, and they all molded you as far as your philosophy coaching and the things that you wanted to do later. And so, yeah, it was a lot of good times, and a lot of good people have worked here, and I've worked with a lot of really good, fine people.
Yes, sir. And you coached baseball, track, football. Which one was your favorite sport to coach?
Well, I was a football guy, you know, so it's football. But I enjoyed each one. I kind of jumped in them with both feet when I would coach them because, you know, that's just how I was, you know. And when I got the track job, I wasn't a 100% track guy, but I learned how to do it. And we had some really good track teams and some really fine memories of track when I was here. And so, you know, but football was my main sport always.
And take me back to the first state championship you brought home to Acadiana High.
Oh, that was fun. Some great guys on that team, and great coaches, and we played sulfur. And Drew Allemon kicked the field goal in the last second to win it, and you know, that was a special time. That was incredible, and it was great. The community, we had our side of the stadium was full. It was big for the community, and it was really exciting. One of the great things, I had Neil Leger on my staff. Neil had played here, and he went back. We almost went back all the way to the start of Acadiana with having people connected. With Neil had played here and coached. I'd coached since '81 here, and so we got to 2006, and people felt a connection to the team. It wasn't like just, oh, these coaching staff did a good job. It was, they felt connected, you know, and they, oh, I played for him, or I know him, or he had me in class, or something like that. And so, you know, that was, to me, that was really special.
I think that says a lot about Acadiana High, because I remember when I was on the wrestling team, I'd see senior wrestlers come back to help out and stuff like that too.
Yeah, we have a great pride. Our kids take a great pride in it, and they come back. Our sidelines are, you know, sometimes they get overfilled with ex-players coming back, and you know, it feels great. You know, that's part of the great part of this business is when your ex-players come back and you see the success they have. That's really your big trophies, more so than those in the trophy case.
And I remember you as a coach when I came here. You weren't only a coach, but you mentored a lot of kids as well.
Yeah, that's part of the job. You know, you hopefully that, you know, sometimes you got to mentor them tough, and sometimes you got, you know, you got to, whichever way is effective with that particular young guy, and hopefully you've had some effect on him.
Yes, sir. How tough was this decision to make?
It's tough. You know, it's really hard. You know, I'm still healthy, and you know, and I've done it 42 years, and some other things I'd like to do with my life. You know, I mean, I know Bobby Bowden made a statement about when he was getting ready to retire. He said, you know, you got about 5 or 6 special things in your life. You're born, you get married, you get a job, you retire, and you die. You know, or you have kids, you retire, you die. He says, once you retire, you only got one big moment left in your life, and that's kind of a scary thought. But still, you know, it takes a lot of energy and to do it right, and it's just, I don't know if I can come up with that energy, you know, and it's just, I don't know, it just felt like the right time.
And with all the kids and coaches that you worked with throughout the years that you worked here, if there was one thing that they learned from you or took away from just being a part of your team or anything like that, what do you hope that would be?
Well, I hope it's that understanding, hey, it's the process that's important. You know, you can have goals or dreams, but, you know, you got to come every day and go to work. And you've got to accomplish, you know, if you do that, you've got a chance to be successful. If you come each and every day and give your best, that, you know, eventually down the line you're going to be successful. And I hope that's what they can take away.
And do you have any idea if who's going to be your successor into the head coach?
I don't, you know, I have some thoughts on it, but I'm not, you know, going into it until it's a little premature for that right now. I've talked to, you know, administrators about what my thoughts are, but, you know, I don't want to get into that really as far as publicly as you can imagine.
For the coaches and the junior, sophomore, freshman players, when they heard, what was their reaction?
Well, of course, you know, some of them were, you know, some of my coaches had kind of had a feeling, you know, and then when I gave them, you know, right now it's hard to have a staff meeting because everybody's going opposite directions in the afternoon. So I texted them all and said, hey, let's have a 6:30 a.m. staff meeting. And I'm sure they kind of had an idea that this was going to happen, you know, and so, you know, so I don't think they were surprised. The players, you know, they were, you know, I don't know, shocked. They're not really. You know, the kids are resilient, you know, and, you know, I tried to ease their feelings of, you know, things are going to stay the same, and you know, we're going to try to keep it in-house and kind of keep things going the way it's always been. And so that's how we handled that.
Yes, sir. And outside of football, any hobbies that you're going to dive into?
Yeah, I've got a hobby I've been doing for a couple. I started playing with retrievers, dogs, and you know, running field trials here and there, and got a couple of those dogs that, and had some fun doing that, and so I think I'm gonna do that a little bit. I fish and hunt and do that, but you know, you can't fish and hunt every day, so you know, that's something you got to consider as far as retirement is concerned. But I do like to do the dog game, and it's a fun thing. You know, have fun with it.
And I'm sure next football season, I'm sure you'll be available for the staff for advice and stuff.
Oh,
like that.
yeah. I mean, they'll be. Anytime they want if they want any input from me, I'll be glad to do it. I'm sure I'll be missing it, and you know, and I don't know where I'm going to watch games from over here. I don't know if I can stand sitting in the stands or, you know, I don't know where I may give me some place to sit in the end zone or something, but
I'm sure if you sat in the stands, they'll hear you though.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. When after your retirement, you do plan on keeping up with Acadiana football?
Yeah. These guys that you work with are like your family. You know, your coaching staff that is here. You know, at one point they were my brothers, and you know, now that I'm older, they're kind of like my sons. You know, so you know, you want to keep up with them and hope they do, you know, for the best for them. And yeah, I'm gonna be keeping up with them and anything if they want any. You know, I don't know if they feel like they need advice, but if they do, I'll be available.
Yeah, I'm sure your blood will always bleed green and gold.
It is. Anybody, and that's one thing about this place. It gets in you, and you know, and somebody, I think Brett Lotcherley came up with the thing, once a ram, always a ram, and it's pretty true.
And What is the one thing you're going to miss the most? Not only leaving as a coach, but just leaving Acadiana High.
The relationships, with the administration and your fellow coaches, and you're always having. It's always new, It's every day is unique, but the relationships are special.
And for the players who will be on the team next year, any advice you want to give them in case they're watching tonight?
Well, I've told them a little bit today, what we expected, and hey, whether or not I'm here or not, we expect the same thing about, we win here because of our toughness and because we're physical and because we play hard and you work hard, and that's how it's got to continue to be, and I know that they'll continue to do that.
Yes, sir. And when is your last day here?
I'm going to finish the school year.
Finish the school year.
Right.
I'm sure that last day is going to be tough walking down this hallway, right?
It is. It's funny. And I've lived in the same house since 1990. And so the route I take is exactly, and sometimes if I'm not thinking about where I'm going, I said, man, I'm not going to school. My vehicles all seem to have a mind of their own sometimes. But that's going to be tough.
Yeah, and I was just about to ask that. When come August, I'm sure when you leave your house in the morning, you're probably going to be heading here.
Oh yeah, that's something that's been going on for a while now.
Yes, sir. Anything else you'd like to talk about in your career or anything like that?
Not really. That's just you've covered a lot of things about it, and pretty much touched base on the things about the school and about our relationships with other coaches and things like that.
What if your legacy here? What do you hope that will be, and what it will mean to students?
That hey, you come and you work and do your best every day, and that you got a chance to be successful. It's I think that's something important that they can take with them.
Awesome. I can't think of anything else.